Hello everyone, my name of course is Artemage and welcome to Day 8 of VEDA. Known to anyone who's frequented my channel or Twitch streams, I am a tabletop gamer as much as a video game. This means that I have played many of the Ubiquitous titles such as Dungeons & Dragons and Warhammer 40k. And I have come to the assessment that Ubiquitous games hurt the games industry and the players. Let me explain. D&D and 40k often start people into their tabletop gaming experiences, and that's a good thing. The problem is that's often where they halt as well. Now I understand that the manufacturers / publishers of these games are ecstatic about that, and I understand that the passionate player base is ecstatic about that. But not every player is a passionate player of these games, and the reason being is they're playing them because that's what they can play. Hello, buddy. Puppy break.
Love you. Yeah, you know you loved.
As I said, I spent time with D&D and Warhammer 40k. These are my introductions to the tabletop role-playing games and tabletop miniature war games worlds. And I've quit both for a couple of reasons. D&D 3.5 was the system that was active when I started. I invested heavily in it. I created custom content, including classes and monsters, as most do, for my campaigns. And I greatly enjoyed my time with the system and the worlds it presented, despite some mechanical failings in my perception. Now, 4th edition was a disappointment to me. I didn't want to just go back to 3.5. I wasn't finding myself satisfied because of these building up mechanical issues. Warhammer 40k was the miniatures game that I started with, and I loved the potential of the world given that it was so expansive. It's literally a galaxy! It's our galaxy! That game is presented though more as a marketing tool than a wholesale gaming system. I mean, don't even talk about game balance with 40k. So this led me to invest more heavily in Shadowrun because it was a classless system. While it had archetypes, it wasn't a case of you chose that and had these limitations. It was you chose that you wanted to build towards being able to do that, and this is the way you wanted to do it. 40k gave way to Infinity, where I become heavily invested in that, because the game mechanics do offer a satisfying resolution system and have some unique balance, and luck still has a role in the game. But too often when talking to people about these other games, I hear the major issue coming up of they can't see themselves getting to play that because they don't know people who would be interested in playing that. And I think a lot of the not knowing of interest comes from not knowing that these options are out there. Now certainly there can be barriers to some of these games, such as Infinity has a very steep learning curve. Shadowrun has very crunchy rules. But these aren't the only alternate systems. I don't even know them all because they're so drowned out by these other two games. This means a lot of creative and well-developed ideas never really hit the table, literally in this case. And instead we wound up with a stagnated market of, here's the next edition of 40k, here's its next codex release, here's the new edition D&D, here's its new source book. Really, I'd just like to see more of these games at least have a chance and broaden the industry and see what it can bring to it. And I know that some people think there is some space for that in the crowdfunding market. We're gonna touch on that real soon. So any games out there that you love that don't really see an audience because they're so drowned out, are you one of those exceptions where the less popular option is the more popular in your area or with your friend circle? Let's talk about it down below in the comments. So another day of VEDA wrapped up, so come back tomorrow for more. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll talk to you soon.